In this video, we're going to talk about the principles of Stoicism and discuss 11 things you should remove from your life. Why in silence, you ask? Well, silence helps us find inner peace and happiness by giving us time to think and recharge. By removing these specific things, we make space for personal growth, clarity, and peace. Throughout the video, I'll share these 11 things and give practical tips on how to get rid of them effectively. It might be tough, but it's important to let go of what doesn't benefit us anymore to make room for a better life. So get ready to declutter and find true inner peace as we start this journey. Number 1. Perfectionism. In our quest for perfection, we often get stuck in a never-ending loop of doubting ourselves and criticizing our every move. We set incredibly high standards, expecting flawless performance in every aspect of our lives. But this pursuit of perfection can bring immense stress and anxiety, making us too afraid to take any action at all. It's vital for us to let go of this constant need for perfection and instead adopt a mindset focused on progress. We need to understand that making mistakes and having imperfections are not only normal but necessary for our growth and learning. To truly evolve and realize our potential, we must overcome our fear of failure and embrace the lessons that come with making mistakes. Rather than seeing imperfections as obstacles, we should view them as stepping stones on our journey towards improvement. Another helpful tip to combat perfectionism is to set realistic and achievable goals for ourselves. Instead of striving for perfection in everything we do, we should concentrate on making progress and getting better over time. By releasing our obsession with perfection and embracing imperfections as opportunities for growth, we can cultivate a mindset of continuous improvement. Only by embracing our mistakes and setbacks can we truly develop and reach our full potential. Number 2, restricting your belief. In our journey of personal growth, one significant challenge we encounter is the presence of limiting beliefs. These beliefs, which we impose on ourselves, hold us back from realizing our full potential and achieving success and fulfillment. To unlock our true potential, we need to confront and overcome these barriers. Embracing a growth mindset is the initial step towards conquering these limitations. It means acknowledging that our abilities and talents can be developed through dedication and hard work, opening doors to endless possibilities. To tackle limiting beliefs, we first need to identify and question them. Are they based on rational thinking or driven by fear? Self-reflection and introspection help us understand ourselves better and uncover the root causes of these beliefs. Once identified, it's essential to challenge them with evidence to the contrary. Seeking out success stories and examples that disprove these beliefs can help change our perspective. Surrounding ourselves with people who believe in our potential and offer encouragement and support is crucial. Their belief in us can reinforce our efforts to overcome limiting beliefs. Additionally, replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones is vital for long-lasting change. Cultivating a positive mindset, affirming our capabilities, and focusing on our strengths can help us break free from these constraints and unlock our true potential. Number 3, comparisons. Developing the skill of not comparing ourselves to others is really important for feeling good about ourselves and growing personally. Often, we get stuck in the habit of looking at other people's abilities, successes, and appearances and feeling like we're not good enough. But it's crucial to understand that everyone has their own strengths, weaknesses, and life journeys. When we accept this, we can let go of always seeking approval from others. There's a saying that comparison is the thief of joy, which means constantly comparing ourselves to others steals away our happiness and contentment. To break free from this habit, We need to focus on our own potential and improvement instead of obsessing over what others have achieved. By doing this, we realize that our worth doesn't depend on how we stack up against others, but on our commitment to growing and becoming the best version of ourselves. This mindset helps us live with purpose and fulfillment without constantly feeling the pressure to measure up to others. Let's embrace our individuality, appreciate our strengths, and follow our own unique paths in life. Number 4, unhealthy relationships. We often find ourselves in harmful relationships that can hurt our hearts and stop us from growing. These connections are full of negativity, drama, and disrespect, creeping into our lives like poison, stealing our joy, and making us feel exhausted. It's crucial to realize how much control these relationships have over us and gather the courage to end them. The first step to breaking free from toxic relationships is to be around people who lift us up and care for us. We should seek out those who spread positivity, inspire us, and genuinely support us. Being with the right people fills us with positive vibes, helping us become better versions of ourselves. Remember, we are influenced by the company we keep. To remove toxic relationships from our lives, we must establish strong boundaries and prioritize our well-being. Like the wise philosopher Socrates said, it's essential to examine our lives. Take time to think about which relationships are toxic and harmful to your growth. Be honest with yourself and find the courage to let go of those toxic ties, even if it's difficult. It might be painful and hard, but your mental, emotional, and spiritual health matter the most. Always remember that you have the power and the right to protect your peace and happiness. Take control of your life and surround yourself with those who bring out the best in you. Number 5, procrastination. It's really important to learn how to stay focused and work hard instead of putting things off all the time. One way to do this is by having clear goals so we know what we're aiming for. Then we can break those big goals into smaller, easier tasks. This makes them seem less overwhelming and helps us feel like we're making progress. Putting things off or procrastinating can stop us from getting stuff done. But if we practice working hard and sticking to our plans, we can beat procrastination. It's tough, but it's worth it. We have to be willing to deal with uncomfortable feelings and keep pushing ourselves to grow. We can help each other out by encouraging one another to stop procrastinating and start working hard. Number 6, spontaneous responses. It's important to resist acting on our immediate emotions and instincts when faced with life's chaos. These impulsive reactions often lead to regrettable choices later on. By developing emotional intelligence and self-control, we can learn to respond thoughtfully and calmly to situations, overcoming our impulsive nature. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche's words, "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded," remind us to strive for control over our impulses. Impulsive reactions can have significant consequences, affecting relationships and hindering personal growth. Through practicing emotional intelligence, we gain a deeper understanding of our emotions and motivations, allowing us to recognize triggers and diffuse impulsive reactions. Cultivating self-control empowers us to be masters of our actions rather than slaves to instant impulses, as philosopher Epictetus advised. Embracing these teachings leads to self-discovery and personal growth, freeing us from the shackles of impulsivity. By becoming thoughtful responders, we not only find inner peace, but also contribute to a more harmonious world. Number 7, personal belongings. In the journey to find genuine happiness and peace within ourselves, it's important to break free from the hold of material possessions that don't bring us joy or meaning. We often get caught up in a cycle of consumerism, always wanting more, only to realize that material wealth doesn't guarantee true fulfillment. Embracing minimalism is about letting go of unnecessary clutter and making room for what truly matters in our lives. In today's society, it's essential to question why we accumulate material things. Are we getting them out of necessity, or are they just trying to fill an emotional void? Minimalism encourages us to reflect on our real desires and prioritize what genuinely brings us happiness rather than blindly following societal expectations. To truly embrace minimalism, we need to cultivate a mindset of detachment from our possessions. Our self-worth shouldn't be tied to what we own. Instead, it lies in who we are as individuals. By adopting this philosophy, we can rethink our consumption habits and intentionally surround ourselves only with things that bring us joy and add value to our lives. Practical steps for embracing minimalism include decluttering our physical spaces gradually, questioning the influence of advertisements and societal norms, and focusing on what truly matters: our relationships, experiences, and personal growth. By simplifying our lives, we can free ourselves from the burden of excess and concentrate on what brings us true fulfillment. Number 8. Unhealthy habits. Developing unhealthy habits can harm us physically and mentally. Whether it's drinking too much, smoking, or overeating, these habits can control us, trapping us in destructive cycles. However, it's important to recognize these behaviors and try to stop them. Facing these challenges might be hard because they become part of our routine and give us a false sense of comfort. But by accepting the need for change, we take control of our lives. One way to break unhealthy habits is by replacing them with positive activities. Instead of drinking or smoking to cope, we can try exercise, meditation, or creative hobbies. Addressing the reasons behind these habits helps fill the gap with things that nurture us. Having a supportive community is also crucial. Being around people who want to grow and be healthy can give us the motivation and support to overcome these challenges. As the philosopher Seneca said, surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us to be better is essential. Reflecting on our habits and understanding how they hold us back is important for personal growth. We're not defined by our past, but by the choices we make now. Let's choose growth, resilience, and positivity, leaving behind the darkness that once controlled us. Number 9. Regret and feeling of guilt. To grow personally and find peace within ourselves, it's crucial to learn how to let go of regret and guilt. Instead of constantly replaying negative scenarios in our minds, we should reflect on our past actions to learn from them, but not dwell on them. Acknowledging our humanity means accepting that mistakes are inevitable, and they offer valuable lessons for growth. Self-forgiveness is key to breaking free from the cycle of self-blame and negativity. By forgiving ourselves, we create space for inner peace and personal development. Friedrich Nietzsche's famous quote, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger," reminds us that mistakes shape us and teach us humility. Moreover, extending forgiveness to others is equally important. Holding on to grudges and resentment only adds to our burden of regret and guilt. By forgiving those who have wronged us, we release ourselves from carrying resentment and make room for positive energy and growth. In essence, shifting our focus from dwelling on past missteps to practicing forgiveness, both towards ourselves and others, allows us to heal, grow, and move forward with purpose. As Epicurus said, forgiveness is better than revenge, for forgiveness is the sign of a gentle nature. Number 10. Self-deprecating language. In our minds, we often get stuck in negative thoughts that bring us down. These thoughts make us doubt ourselves and feel unworthy, stopping us from growing. But we can change this. We need to be kinder to ourselves and think positively. Marcus Aurelius, a wise philosopher, said our happiness depends on our thoughts. So, we should choose thoughts that make us feel strong and capable. Negative thoughts usually come from comparing ourselves to others or doubting our abilities. To break free, we must notice these thoughts, but not let them define us. Instead, we should replace them with positive thoughts and show ourselves compassion. To build a positive mindset, we can practice gratitude. This means focusing on what we have instead of what we lack. Surrounding ourselves with positive things like uplifting books or supportive friends also helps. Doing things that make us happy can drown out the negative thoughts. We have the power to control our thoughts. By consistently choosing positive thoughts, we can change how we see ourselves. We can become stronger, more resilient, and learn to love ourselves. Number 11, addiction to social media. In our modern world, technology has become a big part of our daily lives. Social media platforms are particularly enticing and addictive, making us feel like we're constantly tied to our screens, seeking validation and connection online. However, it's important to realize the harmful effects of social media addiction and work towards a healthier relationship with it. To do this, we should start by reducing the time we spend on social media and setting boundaries. Instead of endlessly scrolling, we should prioritize building real-life connections and doing activities that truly make us happy. Epicurus, a philosopher, once said we should detach ourselves from our desires and not be too upset when we can't have what we want. Deleting social media might seem hard, but it's doable. It takes effort to resist temptation and replace it with meaningful interactions and productive activities. We should focus on living in the present moment, as philosopher Alan Watts suggested, rather than just existing in the digital world. By acknowledging the negative impact of social media addiction and taking steps to break free from it, we can reclaim our time, energy, and inner peace. Let's follow the wisdom of these philosophers and develop a healthier relationship with technology, rediscovering the true essence of human connection. By embracing silence and freeing ourselves from distractions, we can tap into our own thoughts and intuition, paving the way for clarity and wisdom. Through this process, we become the architects of our reality, aligning ourselves with our true selves. This philosophical reflection is meant to resonate with you, encouraging you to contemplate its teachings in your own life. Remember, silence can be a powerful tool for self-discovery and growth. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay strong and resilient.